Welcome, welcome, boys. Okay, we're back with our favorite F150 STX doing some more fun wiring just like we did on the front grille. So, in this case, we're going to be putting on these Sidekick running board lights. And the wiring part is going to be because we are going to set this to where when your parking lights are on, they operate just like side marker lights. When you turn your turn signal on, they will flash, and by flash I mean kind of like a running light where the light will start at one end and sequentially move down the other end to indicate you are turning. And then when you open the doors and the dome light illuminates, they will turn white and act kind of like a step light illuminating the ground so you don't step in a puddle or something like that, or a bottomless pit, you know, whatever's underneath your feet. So this is what comes in the kit. Lights, some what appear to be those T-connector type deals, which we may or may not use. Might break out the old soldering iron like we did with the grill lights up front. And of course, our test light. So there's a couple ways of doing this. One way, which we may explore but we'll probably not do, is go into here where the wiring are and wire it in there. You can do that, but of course you have to know which wires are what to splice into that. So that's one way of doing it. Or the way we're probably going to do it is this way right here. Okay, boys, so with our goof off, we're cleaning and prepping the area because this is going to be double-sided taped on. So make sure it's clean. You only got one shot at it, and if it's dirty, it won't stick, it'll fall off, and then you wasted all your time and money. And we don't want to do that now, do we? So we already have a double-sided taped on the driver's side, you can see. And then we have a wire loom running through the cross member over here. We snaked through on this end. So that's how we're going to connect it. From one side to the other. Alright, boys, we've got our wire loom secured on this side as well now. We're just taping it up there. Wires go through the loom. That's how we're going to be able to tap into our other side that we got poking out. And it's a 60 inches, so we measured center then along our running boards, and we have our blue painter's tape. That way we're nice and symmetrical on all sides here. Well, you'll just start it and then run it along, boys. Okay, boys, and this is what it'll look like. As you can see, it illuminates front to back. We are using a spare battery here. We hook up the light, as you can see, all white light. Okay, boys, and under the beast, take a peek, see? We do have on-ice ground already there. So that is where we will put the ground. But we will need to figure out exactly where we're going to get the power, because looking through the owner's manual and the internet has yielded negative results on what is our dome light, parking light, and turn signal fuses. Because ideally, with these wires here, the ground's going to, of course, go to ground. Our red will go to power. White would go to our courtesy lights. That way, once you activate them, these white lights would come on. And then the yellow light would go to our parking lights. But not sure exactly which fuse to tap those into, so I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. But if we figure it out, we'll let you know. And if not, maybe you can let us know. But either way, something's gonna get done here shortly, boys, because we've gone this far. We're at the point of no return. We got to finish it. Okay, boys, and what we decided to do here is we're working on our looming. And we got the grounds connected, and I went ahead and did a nice solder job. And we got these wires, and what we decided to do is go ahead and run this wiring back to the back, and then we're going to splice into that wiring the parking light and wire her up that way. Since nobody on the planet knows which freaking fuse we need to splice into, so we had to do it real guerrilla warfare style. Kind of like with the grill, but that's what we do on this channel. The easy way. Or the more practical way. I don't know. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, boys, and using our multimeter, the turn signal, this green, orange, top left guy, and then this blue one on the right is the parking light. So, if you're looking at it like this, both the top ones are the ones we want to access. Parking light, and okay, confirmed. Blue is our parking light, and this green-orange is our turn signal back here. So those are the two wires we need to splice into, respectively. Okay, boys, and then on the driver's side, the turn signal is going to be this kind of grayish and reddish wire is what you're going to want to tap into, or solder into if you don't use the T-taps, but that's for the turn signal on the driver's side. So that's it. Okay, boys, so here we go. We T-tapped it in instead of soldering it, because I wasn't sure how these worked, but Steven assured me that they're legit. So we have our red wire, which is now green, for the parking lights, and then our yellow for the turn signal. As in, so if we move over here now, see, it is on. And if we do turn on the signal, just like earlier when we hooked up the battery, it does go from front to back. So the only thing we did not do then is connect it to, we didn't connect it to the white light that's supposed to come on when the dome lights do. And that's because I have no idea where that fuse is. So I'm just going to go ahead and upload the video like this, where it's mostly how to DIY complete. But if anybody watching this knows where the hell the freaking, if you figure it out before I do, let me know where the freaking fuse is, or what wire I need to tap into to get this to the white lights to come on with the dome light, because I have no idea. So I'll just close it out with, just remember this side, you know, take your wires, and unfortunately, because the wires come out on the front there on that end, you're going to have to run them, double back and run them all the way to the back if you're going to go to the rear. I suppose you could go to the front, though, and go that route if you wanted to. We found it easier just to run the wire through the frame itself up in here, which is what we did. But you could, if you wanted to, run the front and then figure out what's what. But just make sure that this side goes to one of the tail lights on the front or the back, and then your driver's side also goes to one of the tail lights or the front lights on that side. Obviously, because if you if you splice that circuit on that side into this side, obviously then that side's going to do everything that this side does. In other words, if you splice your right into here and then try to Y it, the problem you would have is once you turn your right turn signal on, both sides are going to flash. If you turn your left turn signal on, neither side does anything because they're only on this one circuit. So make sure this side goes to the correct, that side goes driver's side, but it's the same process for either side. So I think I'm going to finish it there, and then like I said, if you know where the white light goes, let me know. Thanks for watching, boys. Peace.